Hey everybody, it's Chris, and I see our girl Amber has uploaded again with another clickbait title: Lies Exposed plus New Weight Loss Challenge. Weigh in on what I ate. Oh my god. Okay, I haven't watched this. She just posted it like less than an hour ago. I haven't read any of the comments. I'm sure it's all bullcrap from looking at her here. She definitely, I don't think she was ever under 500, but I bet you she's over it now. I'm guessing whatever, me personally, I think whatever she tells you she weighs, you should add probably 35 to 45, 50 pounds. Um, she sped up for time. I don't know if we'll watch, I'll skip through anything that might be irrelevant, but it seems to, I want to see the food and all that, so we may be watching this whole one. It's 16 minutes. So, we're just going to get right into this. It is that time, the girls have. I have such horrendous cramps. I have PCOS, so that does happen sometime. So, I do have my laptop here, and I'm laying on the couch, and the dog is cuddled up next to me. The kid's at school. He's actually visiting his grandma tonight. So I'm just sitting here relaxing, and we're going to do this. I wasn't going to do a react today, but how can I resist?
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So in this video, there's going to be 3 segments. The first one is we're going to talk more about this whole doxing of the surgeon, my surgeon. Like there are still
The doxing that was not a doxing. Sorry, doxing.
more questions that are being asked. So I want to be as transparent as possible. I don't want there to be any
Transparent as possible, but she lies incessantly. So funny, we have different opinions of the definition of transparency.
holes in the story or anything like that. So I feel like currently it's an ongoing discussion. I wasn't expecting it to be. Also just realized that my necklace was upside down. And then the second part of this is going to be a weigh-in. I am starting a new weight loss challenge and I'm actually on day 4. So we're going to
Amber, I thought you were supposedly doing so great and you had it together and what you were doing was working for you and you were, oh, Jesus. Do you see what I mean? Like she says these things. And then we say, no, you're not. We don't see a difference. And she gets mad about it. Goes radio silent as far as the weight and food for a few days or a week or two. And then comes back. Oh, I'm trying this new thing. Basically admitting, oh, yeah, I was off track. I just didn't want to say anything. It's just like so annoying. It never, ever changes. This repetitive cycle. It's just like you could literally set your watch to it. Ugh.
gonna get a little bit into that. And then we're gonna have like a what I ate today segment. Buckle up, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about,
which is gonna be totally not, it's not gonna be honest.
Surgery situation is that there was 2 reaction channels who doxed, and yes, I'm gonna put doxed in quotation.
Oh, did you see that's funny? Now she's putting doxed in quotations. I wonder if she saw all the videos. I know she did. I know she read it. Wonder if she saw mine where I used the footage from the React from Narc Alert to absolutely rip her, not Narc Alert, Amber, rip her a new one about that shit, because I do have a medical background and I did take it, I was in the medical field and it absolutely was not doxing. Ironic that now she's putting doxing in quotation. Make no bones about it though. She still considers it doxing.
And we'll talk about that later. There are 2 reaction channels that doxed my surgeon. It was Narc Alert and Kicking Geese. And I want to say that Kicking Geese actually messaged me privately on Instagram. It was a very long, thought out, and kind and genuine apology. And I just want to publicly tell her thank you because I also privately accepted her apology. I just appreciate someone who owns up to their shit. The next thing is there's a...
Oh, Amber, who are you? What gall do you have to say, I appreciate people who own up to their shit, when you never own up to anything? You can't be honest about what you do, how you treat people, how you act, your lies. Like the audacity of her to say that is just, it's unbelievable.
A lot of people like debating back and forth. Like, is this really doxing or is it not doxing?
Amber, I'm telling you, from the perspective of a former medical worker, it's not doxing. It wasn't doxing. Like I said, if anything, it was an information leak. It was not doxing. He has public information about his public profession on public domains, and he was on a very public, internationally well-known show. you can't dox something that people put out there publicly for people to find. So it was an information leak at best, and that was it.
And honestly, at this point, I don't really care what it's considered. What happened was my surgeon and my medical personal information was revealed, and it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, Amber. And maybe you should go back, Amber, and watch my video. If you didn't, your medical information was not revealed. They confirmed who your doctor was. That did not reveal anything about you. The clinic never confirmed to anybody that you were a patient there, that you'd been seen there, that you had even inquired about care there. Under HIPAA law, federal law, they could not do that, and they would not do that. Trust me, girl. Nobody is going to risk their medical licensure or practice for you or anybody, but not for you, Amber. You're big, but you ain't big like that. And Kicking Geese and Narc did not reveal any medical information. All they said was, yes, this is the surgeon she's going to. They didn't know anything about your medical. They didn't know your weight. They didn't know your plan. All they know is they saw you there. And guess what? Before they did that, we all freaking knew pretty much who it was, because you couldn't keep your trap shut and you couldn't stop bragging. Oh my God, guys, if you believe anything, please. Her medical information was not leaked or revealed or doxed. No, nothing. And that pisses me off because it's not true.
By my choice. Not only that, it wasn't just the surgeon. It was the fact that my weight loss clinic was technically what I considered doxed online. Literally a narco.
But what you consider something and what is actually reality, Amber, is not the same. It was leaked. It was not doxed. You bragged, and it was quite easy for anybody to go online and look up who it was. And honestly, at the end of the day, what does it matter? You never had intentions of going through with it. That's why you don't have your surgery right now. You're still super overweight, and Jade is gone, and you're all alone. And you're still doing the same thing. So what does it really matter? Quit milking this and stretching it out for drama and content. Find something new.
Alerts live stream, she literally said where I was going. Like, she said my weight loss clinic's name.
Okay, but that's not a dox. Oh,
felt super violated, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want people knowing the address of anywhere that I am or could be going to. I feel like
they know all kinds of stuff, Amber. People don't show up to your house. People didn't show up at the clinic. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't go and wait outside at your office for your appointments to harass you and take sneaky pictures. No.
unsafe, especially for
She's so self-righteous and thinks she's so much more important than she is. It's no surprise.
Is in the public eye. That information was personal and private to me. So I should be able to say, like, okay, I want this information to be revealed versus not revealed. That was like purely my decision.
Amber, you didn't want anyone to know who the surgeon was, because one, people could call and get information about how you first of all, you said that bariatric surgery was not covered by medical insurance in Kentucky anymore, and people could call and check on, and I called a clinic, and it absolutely is still covered under medical insurance. But more importantly, you didn't want people to call or know who your surgeon was, so that they could get information on the program, so they could poke holes in the stories you were telling us to prove or disprove whether you were actually going or doing it or not. If we had the itinerary, we could go and say, okay, this and this and this should be happening. You know what I mean? People could follow along with you. It was just so that it was easier for you to be deceptive.
And that was completely taken from me. I know for 100% fact if the roles were reversed and I did what Narc did, there would be an outrage. So I'm also hearing the argument of like, he's a celebrity, he wants to be found, he wasn't doxxed, he has a public Instagram, like yada, yada, yada. Yes, he is on a TV show, but I think people are missing the point. Just because he's on TV and he's well known, it doesn't mean that he wants people to be sharing who his patients are without either of.
He doesn't care, Amber. He doesn't want people to share who his patients are. But guess what? If he is taking care of somebody who is in a spotlight of some kind, be it TLC like Tammy or YouTube you, then I'm sure he knows that there is a possibility that fans and people are going to know of some of his patients. And that's fine. That doesn't affect his job or his role in the whole thing at all. And he never divulged anything, and neither did his office. So it doesn't make for you. Oh, he doesn't want people to know who his patients are. Oh, he doesn't want people to know who his patients are. That's why he operated and dealt with Tammy Slayton of 1,000 Pound Sisters, one of the most notoriously non-compliant, super obese people there has been. Do you see like the humor in this? He doesn't care. He wants to operate on famous people. He wants his name out. Oh my God. When she cannot do anything anymore, she pulls out the stupidest, the most stupid arguments and stories and just whatever, Amber, you were wrong. We were right. You can't admit it. How about we just move on from this? What are you eating?
Our consent. So another question I'm getting is, did you lie about your surgeon before or after the Narc Alert shared who your surgeon was? So I'm gonna try my very hardest to explain the timeline because I know a lot of people are like, Amberlynn, you were lying about the surgeon like even before she did that. No, I wasn't. So I was doing Vlogmas, and on December 6th, I uploaded a video talking about the seminar. That very same day is when the Narc Alert went on live stream and doxed him. I didn't find out until one day later on December 7th that it happened. I remember it like it was yesterday. I instantly went to fight or flight mode. I got really scared. I was like, oh no. So if you go back on December 8th, I uploaded a vlog where I reveal my surgeon is out of state, because that is where my lies began. Because that is the day I found out. Oh,
if you were that scared, Amber, why didn't you then just go and find a new surgeon? Why didn't you go into a whole new clinic and just never say anything? If it was so scary for you, I mean, come on. Like at that point, you had just been to a seminar. There was no real commitment. You could have absolutely went to see another surgeon. And there's plenty of them in Kentucky. He may not have been a celebrity, but you could have went to another clinic at that point.
oh fuck, people know who he is. I wasn't gonna lie about anything. I simply just wasn't going to share certain information. It was the craziest feeling because I literally felt like I had to lie in that very moment to protect myself, to steer people away from.
You lie all the time, like you're lying now. How much do you weigh, girlfriend? Just get to it.
Dr. Smith. I didn't want people to know what weight loss clinic I was gonna be at. I didn't want people to know any of that information because that is somewhere where I was gonna be attending, somewhere I was gonna be going a lot.
Because they could catch you in a lie.
As you guys know, which I have not shared this story yet, and that's something that I do want to do with you guys, I had a stalker when I lived in Kentucky. Stuff like that just isn't okay to just reveal someone's place of doctor. Like how, like people are just like missing the point, and that's like really hard for me to like wrap my head around. I feel like a lot of my—
Nothing came of it, Amber. Nothing was affected. You still went, you still did. The whole point of it is, Amber, is at the end of the day, nobody showed up there and did anything. And you didn't get the surgery because you were non-compliant. You wouldn't lose weight. You wouldn't stick to a plan, not even for a week. And they could not help you. And you didn't want to get it anyways. So move the hell on.
My audience like get it and understand, and they're like, Amberlynn, you have every right to feel this way, but there are so many reaction channels and people who have large audiences who are like, actually what Narc did is totally fine. It's like spreading that type of information is validating what Narc did instead of trying to fix the problem to prevent this from happening to me again or other people in the future. So something I have noticed is that Narc is trying to say a lot of Amberlynn showed so many clues, that's why it was so easy for me to figure out. But everything she's saying and everything I'm saying, we can all fact check that. When she revealed who my surgeon was and where my weight loss clinic was on December 6th, at that point, anything prior before that, I didn't say a single thing about the surgeon, about the clinic, nothing. It was all me just talking about how I wanted weight loss surgery. And that was only a week of me saying, oh, I'm going to contact a weight loss surgery place.
But Amber, it was pretty easy to figure out because you had always said how you wanted the best and all this and that. It's like, it wasn't hard to figure out. You know what I mean? And you did end up saying all of these things. about him, the robots, the number one in the state, the awards, all this and that. Like, Amber, can't you just for once in your life own up and say, okay, I don't remember whether it was before or after, but either way, I did brag. I gave too much away. Holy shit. I want to fast forward through the rest of this part because it's just her freaking trying to rewrite the narrative.
Blah, 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 blah. There's no possible way that she figured it out. I talk about, yeah, my surgeon has 2 robots instead of just
Hey,
one.
guess what, Amber? We don't have a sympathy bone about this. How about them apples? Be quiet.
People keep using that clip as a way to just has nothing to do with what Narc Alert did. Things leave me or support me or whatever. I know that my feelings and the way that I feel regarding this whole thing is completely validated.
Everything's valid. Everything's validated. Amber is always right. Get that through our heads and move on. she's really got a pathetic life to. Okay.
But for now, I think I'm done talking about it in this video. But if you guys have more questions, whatever it may be, let me know and I will answer them for you guys.
She'll be sure to mention it in the next at least 2 or 3 titles to get clicks and views.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is my new weight loss challenge that I want to do. I love a challenge. You guys,
I thought, Amber, I'm going to slow this down a little bit so I can hear it. I thought what you were doing, Amber, was working for you so good. You were doing OMAD, and that's what works for you so amazingly. And then you were doing this other stuff. You were on this plan. A couple weeks ago, for at least a few weeks, where you were buying the sugar-free stuff and drinking the coffee. And now all of a sudden she's on a new plan, guys, and she's on day 4. So she's switched something up again. This is part of her problem is she won't do a plan proper. Okay. Any plan, any diet, anything she gets, she can't just do it. She has to tweak it to her way to fit in stuff she wants. But she doesn't stick to anything long enough for anything to actually work. She does stuff for 1 or 2 or 3 hours or maybe a few days at most, half-assedly, I'll add. And that's not enough time for anything to really work. You got to do this for weeks and 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 months and years, Amber, when you're her size. So it's like, what's the point of even starting something when you're not going to give it enough time to start working and start kicking in, you know what I mean? And seeing the benefits. Jesus. Go on, Amber.
Know that I don't succeed in them very much, but I recently reached a goal, $4.99.
You don't succeed, Amber, because you don't want to. You won't try. You won't give up your food. That's how I said it, like her food. And you don't stick to anything long enough. And congratulations on your imaginary $4.99. I don't believe you reached it. But anyways, here we go.
And that I really wanted to reach, and I was successful in that. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I just feel different in my brain and just the way that I think. And I feel like I really can be successful in this challenge. So it's actually pretty easy. If you guys want to do it with me, do it with me. I simply want to see how many days it takes me to get to 450 pounds. I'm a girly pop who loves numbers, so I love counting days. And I will be doing daily weigh-ins for myself just because I do like.
Amber, if you were, let's be hypothetical here. If you were 499 pounds, and you stuck to a legitimate plan, and you didn't get your late night takeouts, you could be 50 pounds in 45, 50 days. She could lose almost a pound. She could lose almost a pound a day for several days. I bet you in 60 days, 2 months, she could lose almost 50 pounds or 50 pounds if she really wanted to. That's crazy. I want to lose 50 pounds this year. And the first amount would come off really quick, the water and stuff. And then obviously, yes, it would slow down for her, but it would slowly and steadily come down. And no, she won't lose the lipedema fat. But homegirl got plenty of other excess fat on her body she would lose. And that would make getting lipedema treatments more effective and easier later on down the line for her.
like that. I notice that when I do daily weigh-ins, I am more focused and aware on what foods maybe make me retain water or help me lose water weight, or just the amount of calories and the type of foods I'm eating. Like, I want to know, does
But Amber, it it doesn't just matter what the calorie count is. They told you to do a proper ketogenic diet for a reason. I'm actually gathering info. I kind of want to, there is somebody I want to speak to, and if I do get to interview her for a video, I'm very excited. But I am going to be working on a video specifically about lipedema and why the ketogenic diet is successful and recommended, and a success story about it, and just the general pathology of lipedema, what it is, why it's so problematic as far as weight loss, what it does, and the ways to treat it. So that's coming down the pipeline. But Amber's got plenty of fat on her body that she could lose in the meantime. She's still, lipedema aside, Amber's probably got 260 pounds of regular fat to lose, at least.
does my body agree with this or does it not? Because every body is different. So I don't know if I'm actually going to show on YouTube all the daily weigh-ins, but I'm definitely going to be doing them for.
You're definitely not. And you're not showing real weigh-ins anyway, because you're showing your freaking ceiling. You know what I do? I know she can't do it because her fupa dupa, all the upas that she has, I've lost count, get in the way from her, pointing down. But I step on my scale every morning for my Lent challenge here, and show my weigh in. She even if she can't do it that way, she needs to find some other way to show us a legitimate, unaltered, unedited weigh in that people cannot dispute. And until she does that, people aren't going to believe her.
For myself. I did film the first 4 daily weigh-ins, so I will share that with you guys at the end of this. But what I'm doing to lose weight is I am actually counting calories again. It's literally
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was the sound of several of my brain cells actually unaliving themselves right now. Ugh. Amber, what in ever loving God makes you think that you can do this and that is going to work for you this time, this 800th time? And again, I don't even have to see the rest of this to know how it goes. This freaking Heffalump only thinks that calories are the only thing that matter in your food. And it doesn't. And that gives her an excuse to eat her takeout, eat her fast food, eat her junk, because, it's within my calorie limit. But I can't even talk. Amber, what about the inflammation? What about the blood sugar spikes? What about the chronic insulin spikes? What about your fatty liver? What about just holy mother of God? She needs to not just worry about getting weight off via counting calories. She also needs to worry about internal healing, water retention, lowering of inflammation. This is partly why the ketogenic diet was recommended to her for her lipedema. It helps with pain because it lowers inflammation. Fat and protein are satiating. It helps curb your appetite. It keeps your blood sugar levels and insulin levels lower and more steady so that you can tap into your actual stored fat more efficiently. Like, there's reasons for this. Ketogenic, low carb, higher fat diets are amazingly helpful for fatty liver and stuff like that. Like, there is reasons why she's been recommended lower carb plans that she's never done appropriately. She's got to worry about more than just calories at this point. Yes, calories matter, But at this point, Amber, you are 33 going on 80, and you need to worry about getting weight off, but also your overall health. Because once it really starts to go down the drain, you're really going to have freaking problems. Okay. So she needs to do damage control as much as possible now while she still can. Because I know she thinks she's invincible and she's got forever, but time's a ticking.
Because I have to be aware of truly how much I am eating, because sometimes
and you need to be aware of nutritional value. And guess what? The stuff you eat is nutritionally dog shit.
I could eat something and feel very dainty, wow, that was a great meal, etc., etc., and it was easily 700 calories. It's when I'm not aware of those things, sometimes it can get messy. So I need
Amber, you eat so freaking much that a 700 calorie portion is dainty for you. Take it what it's worth. Eat 3 or 4 servings of 700 calories a day of something healthy and call it a day, and you'd still be better off, because she's eating at least around 3,800 to 4,000 calories to maintain this weight.
I need to be aware. I need to measure my food. I need to take it more.
I need to be aware. I need to measure. I need to do all these things that people have been telling me for years, that I slag them off and don't listen. Why are you see? And this is where she's talking again about this. I've had this epiphany, guys. I need to know how much I'm eating. I need to know my calorie count. I need to be aware of these things. And I'm going to do it now, and it matters so much. It's how many times, even in just, I swear to God, if I'm really a sucker for punishment, maybe I'll go back and look at it and make a compilation. How many times in the past year alone have we had this type of epiphany with her? You know what I mean? Guys, I need to change. I need to do it. She does this every couple of months or something, when she has caught a bunch of flack, when she's done something vile, when she's out of content, when she's gained weight. It's it's recurrent.
Seriously, because I think we're at that point now, because I used this whole beginning.
We're at that point now. I wish you could see. I need to be using the face cam, because I wish you could see the face that I can feel on my face, the expression I can feel on my face right now. Did you hear a noise? That was my eyes rolling so far into the back of my head. It's not funny. Amber, we've been at this point for at least 7 years now. Technically 10. We're at that point now. I mean, whatever. What a freaking joke. You've said this several times. We've been at that point. People have been begging you to get your shit together for years. I don't know how people date her, because it's so frustrating just to watch her and listen to her. I would not be able to be in the same room with her for hours and hours and hours on end. She hasn't talked about Alexis anymore. I don't know if that went down the drain or whatever, but either way, she shouldn't worry about a girlfriend right now. She needs to worry about getting her health in order. And she's apparently had this epiphany now, guys. So
of 2024 as a way of intuitive eating, making better choices.
No. Amber, listen. Amber cannot intuitively eat. People that are morbidly obese and binge and live off highly refined, ultra processed foods and can't tell themselves no and live on instant gratification and experience mind-numbing freaking foodgasms from garbage food can't intuitively eat. You can't intuitively eat if you have disordered eating and you're morbidly obese. You can only intuitively eat when you have a handle on food and you're a healthy weight. And most of your diet consists of healthy, whole foods. And you can have little treats here and there in moderation, and then walk away and then go back to your main healthy regular eating. Amber intuitive eating is the biggest joke imaginable. Like, she can't intuitively eat. She needs a very specific, very strict plan. Which Amber, another reason she's going for intuitive eating is because they push her Haze version of it, her bastardized Haze version of it, tells you not to restrict and eat the things you like and have some of what you want. If you are healthy and have a healthy relationship with food and a healthy body weight, you can do that. Amber doesn't. So she can't. This will be an excuse for her to eat whatever she wants, any of the junk she wants, so long as, oh, I count calories. And half of it's probably going to be takeout, which the calorie counts on that are very sus at best. It's very hard to count calories with takeout food. So the cycle might as well be over because it's going to end.
Let's cook more at home. Like when you go to the grocery
You always say that, Amber. You're like, I'm going to intuitively eat. I'm going to cook more at home. You've been saying for months and months now that your goal is to cook more at home and stuff. And you haven't done it. So why should we believe it now? I don't. Because you're lazy. You're lazy AF and you don't want to cook. And you have nothing but time. No responsibilities. So it's ridiculous that you don't, but you won't and you're not going to.
store, have that grocery list so you are prepared. So I've spent almost 3 months doing that. And
you can do that, Amber. You show healthier food hauls and then you hide the stuff that you don't want us to see, or you have the stuff that the junk either delivered via takeout food or Instacart.
and it has felt really good, and I have lost weight. I'm
Oh my
actually
God, it's felt so good, guys. She's been doing so great for 4 days.
succeeding in that. Like, yay me. So now I just feel like it's time to step it up.
Amber, stop celebrating nothing. Stop celebrating these minuscule little things. Celebrate and be proud of yourself when you've actually accomplished something. When you've dropped the first 35 pounds, when you've reached 450, something like that.
A notch. So I am counting my calories on my Fitness Pal. My goal is to stay below 2,000. I don't ever want to go even near 2,000.
I like her to be around 2,000. I think initially she needs to be closer to like 2,600 because big girl, big portions, big calories daily. She's, like I said, she's probably eating around 4,000 calories. 2,000 is cutting it in half. If it was someone that I had confidence in that could control themselves and show some self-restraint, or if she had someone living with her 24/7 that wasn't an enabler, that would smack the phone out of her hand when she inevitably orders DoorDash at 4 a.m, I would say fine. But she's better off starting out higher and then working it down a couple hundred calories every few days, just to not feel too deprived, to slowly work down her portions, and to let her stomach slowly get used to having less food so it can slowly start to shrink. At least she didn't, I know she just said I never want to go near 2,000, but 2,000 would at least be better. There's no reason right now she needs to do like 12 or 1,500 calories. I know says she has to eat that because of the lipedema, but that's not true.
So like if we can stay like in the 1,800 area, like that's good for me. So right here, I'm actually going to put my 4 weigh-ins so you guys can see how I did. So
if they are showing the ceiling, just, I don't believe them. I'm sorry. I don't believe them. If they don't show her mom or someone showing her getting, I don't believe them.
Here they are. All right, you guys. So
here we are looking at the ceiling. What a shock. And I bet you there will be a little cut because these can't even be unaltered.
So day 1, let's do it.
Hello, it's ready.
All right, moment
There was the cut.
of truth, stepping on.
499.8 pounds.
So she's basically maintaining 500 pounds, which is ridiculous. The amount of food this 5'2" woman has to eat to maintain 500 pounds.
Oh, $499.8. Okay, queen.
See? And then she's like, okay, queen. Amber, shut the hell up. You're not a... See what I mean? She's so proud of bullshit that she shouldn't be proud of. Call yourself a queen, girl, when you jump on there and you're showing us. And it says 3 at the beginning. Or 2. You're not a queen of anything except you're the queen of goddamn denial is what you're the queen of.
Okay, guys, day 2, and I already turned on my
Or
scale.
Burger Queen, you know, to go along with Burger King, but
I'm stepping on now.
497.4 pounds.
497.4. Yesterday, I don't...
so she took a poop. I don't believe these until she actually shows us. Like, this is so sus. I just don't understand how she can't believe that people aren't believing her when she has a history of just lying.
only ate like 1,600 calories. So that definitely explains it. Okay, you guys, day 3. Let's step on the scale. Oh, before I do, yesterday I had about 1,800 calories. All right,
Sure you did, girl.
let's see.
Hello. It's ready.
All right, stepping on.
495.8 pounds.
495. Okay, 495.8. That is
So we're going to go with this being real. We're going to hop into this little delusion. This will happen if this is true. This would be very steadily because she is going to initially lose water weight. But I can't wait to see what garbage she's eating.
exciting. 480s. I'm coming for you. Okay, you guys, so today is day 4. Yesterday I ate around...
Amber, you had also said in a video that once you hit 490, that you would have your mom, you would start having your mom hold your camera and film you getting on the scale. We're getting close, girl.
like in the 1800s of calories. All right, let's do it.
Hello. It's ready.
Okay, stepping on.
494.6 pounds.
494.6. Okay. I'm still losing, but that was definitely like a smaller loss than the day before or the day before, but that's okay.
Well, Amber, see, that's the other thing is you expect big losses every day, and that's not going to happen because you are going to fluctuate. But the minute she can't handle a fluctuation upwards because she goes screw it and just like gives up, like that is going to happen, and that's natural. If you truly are staying to a plan, the trend will continue in the right direction on the scale.
So as you can see, I am being successful. I've lost 5.2 pounds and I'm literally only on day 4. Like, hi, queen. So now in this next...
Stop calling yourself a queen. You're not a queen. That's not like a huge accomplishment, Amber. You're still basically 500 bills. You know, 5 bills, 500 pounds. Like, holy crap. Like, yes, if this is true, good. But I don't know. I just feel like all this is like a house of cards that will just come crashing down very quickly.
segment, I filmed yesterday what I ate today because I kind of wanted to give you guys an example of like how I'm eating. Honestly, you guys, my goal is to just eat at home, regardless of what it is for the most part. The only time I want to eat like restaurant food or whatever it may be is when...
Which means it could still be crap. She could still be eating absolute trash at home, but it's just going to be at home instead of via takeout or a restaurant. So there's no concern for what she's actually eating. So not much has changed. Amber will always find a way to spin a diet or a plan to be able to eat the stuff that she wants to eat.
when I'm outside of my home, because I find that
And
ordering
that's why she will never be successful.
takeout has just been my go-to for so many years, and I really want to get out of that. Like ordering my food on Uber and having them deliver it to me, I don't want to do that.
You've said this literally probably 15 or 20 times in the past year, Amber. You've said this. You said this around New Year's and stuff. You've said this several times already. Several since you've been in Oklahoma. I'm not picking on people from Oklahoma. I think it looks like a lovely state. I'm just dogging on Amber. Like, you've said this several times since you've moved. So why are you saying it again? Why is it different now?
I am okay with going out with my mom or going out with friends or whatever it may be and eating at restaurants or whatever, because that's not something I do every single day. Whereas like I was ordering takeout like every single day. Like, let's be real. I will say that since I have lived in Oklahoma, that has lessened.
Wait a minute. And just a couple videos ago, in your original Q&A started all this drama. You said you got a question where someone asked you if you've had takeout and what it was, and you didn't say what it was, but at that point it was what, March 13th or something, 14th, and you said you'd only had takeout 3 times. Now you're sitting here and you just said I was ordering takeout every day, let's be real, and you're talking about how you want to get out of that. So right there again, just a couple videos ago, you were purposefully lying again about it. Like, why in that takeout didn't you just say, you know what, I haven't been doing good, I have been ordering takeout like every single day and it's bad and I know it? No, you had to lie, and you had to give a specific lie. You actually said, you're like, I've only ordered takeout 3 times, and then you had to throw in the end, and I'm really proud of that. So it's like, she doesn't just lie, but she very emphatically and very lies in a very detailed manner. And then here, 2 videos later, I've been ordering takeout every day. So it's like, then she has the nerve to not understand why people don't believe a thing coming out of her mouth. I would use this as a thumbnail. I already made a thumbnail for this before I watched it.
A lot. And as time went on, especially in 2024, in these last 3 months, like I don't order takeout as much as I used to at all.
Okay, you guys, so here is the first
Amber,
thing I'm having today.
quit. We know you don't like coffee. You've admitted you really don't like coffee. That's not coffee. That's coffee scented, coffee flavored creamer and artificial sweetener. Oh, there's a little Twinkie back there. I have a Chihuahua, so love Chihuahuas. Clearly you're trying to seem trendy or cool, or the new girl you're trying to hook up with likes coffee, because she did this before with Jade, because Jade likes coffee and Amber doesn't, and then finally she admitted that she stopped drinking these because she doesn't like coffee. So her sitting here trying to tell us that she likes coffee is funny. And you see what I mean? This is the like petty, non-important stuff she lies about for no reason. Like, why do you have to pretend to like coffee and show yourself drinking coffee because someone you're dating or interested in likes coffee? Like, is that, if that's like a point of like, okay, this isn't going to work out, if that's a sticking point, a no deal because you don't like coffee, then that person was not meant for you to begin with. If I liked coffee and my partner didn't, it would be like, okay, fine. He's not a coffee drinker. I am. And I wouldn't be expecting him to pretend to like coffee just because I like it. And I wouldn't lose interest in him just because he didn't like it. Do you see how weird this is? This is like something a 13 or 14-year-old would do to try to show some sort of similar interest with somebody they like.
It is just coffee, and it is 45 calories. So
that is probably 75 or 80% creamer.
I will show you exactly what I use to put in my coffee. So for my coffee, it's...
Why does she have... And do you see she's still drinking this... Those sparkling ice waters, I believe they're from Walmart. Those are sugar-free, but they are so sickeningly sweet from the artificial sweetener. It's even too intense for me. And these freaking like vitamin water, like zero Gatorade, she doesn't need to be drinking Gatorade and things like that with electrolytes because it has a lot of sodium in it. She eats enough sodium. She's retaining a lot of water. Sure, drink diet soda or whatever. I don't get on people about that because I drink it. It's like a vice I can't shake. It is better than drinking full sugar stuff, but she also needs to be drinking water. She's not athletic Lynn. She's not, like freaking Olympic Lynn. She doesn't need to be drinking anything like that with sodium.
It's 10 calories for a serving. I use the
Please don't tell us again, Amber, how sensitive you are to freaking caffeine.
zero sugar French vanilla coffee mate creamer, which is also 10.
Yeah, and I use these. They're not the best for you because they have their first ingredient, as you can see, is water and soybean oil, so that's awful. But I eat, other than that, I eat mostly whole foods, and like I said, that's my low sugar vice. I don't like to drink a lot of my calories, but Amber doesn't like coffee, so girl, that's like 40 calories you're adding to this coffee. Just have like a diet soda or some water.
Calories a serving, but I use.
But it's better. It's better than her drinking the full sugar stuff.
Servings of this, so yeah.
I just don't know why she's forcing herself to drink something she doesn't like.
From in my coffee. Okay, guys. So for my first meal, I'm making some corned beef hash, which I have been loving lately. It is literally so good. Also, I'm gonna be.
That's high sodium. It's not that bad. It's a protein. It's better than her eating a bunch of carbs, eating a big bowl of cereal or oatmeal. Eggs with it, that's good. That's low carb. That's good fats, good proteins. It's better than her eating a bunch of sugar or a giant bowl of oatmeal or one of her giant sugary banana smoothies. So, could she pick something better than the corned beef? Yes. Have some turkey bacon, a couple regular bacon, 6 bacons, have some turkey sausage or a little bit of a piece of steak or a slice of ham or something. But it's not the worst. It's lower carb.
Having some eggs. Okay, so here it is complete. The corned beef hash is 3.
I feel like that's like a very low quality corned beef hash, a lot of fat in it. I don't know. If that's potatoes in it, that's not really good. That's like a lot of carbohydrates. And there's definitely a lot of sodium in that. So if she's going to have that, I would cut the portion of hash in half. And I would up the eggs. And if she is really worried about calories, have 2 or 3 eggs. At her size, she could easily have 3 eggs or even 4. But take 2 or 3 eggs, bulk them up with some liquid egg whites. That's all protein, 15 calories a serving, so it makes it more filling, adds the protein in the satiety. It's very healthy. And bulk it up with some vegetables. Throw some broccoli or something in the microwave, add it in there. Saute up some pepper, and she can even buy the pre-cut or pre-diced peppers and onion mixes. Mix them in there, saute that into it, and that will just bulk it up with fewer calories, some more nutrition, fill her up, and then she wouldn't have to eat a whole freaking can of this corned beef hash.
840 calories. And then here is 2 scrambled eggs, which is 140. So for my first meal is 480 calories.
And those are huge bowls that she uses. They're huge. But I just wish I'm not loving the hash. I don't hate it. I wish the portion was cut in half though, and she had more eggs and some sort of vegetable on the plate.
So a lot of people are like, Amberlynn, why do you cook your eggs literally until they're like so cooked you just literally can't cook them any longer? As you guys know, I have an egg intolerance, so the longer I cook the egg, the less likely I will feel sick.
And she is right about that. I know people get on her about it, but it is true. What happens is it's an intolerance to the protein, like in the eggs, like in the whites. And if an egg is undercooked, like runny or something, and the white isn't thoroughly cooked, it can cause mild reactions and mild allergic type symptoms in somebody. So the way to get around that is to really make sure your eggs are cooked very thoroughly through. Or you can eat another kind of an egg, like a duck egg or a quail egg, or something like that doesn't have the same proteins in it that chicken eggs do.
So if my scrambled eggs are cooked, like cooked, I'm not gonna feel sick at all. But the other day I made a fried egg. The yolk was still a little, yolky, how people like it.
And the sensitivity isn't in the yolk, it's in the white. It's in the proteins in the egg.
How I enjoy it, but it made me feel awful. Like I felt like I had the flu for a solid 3 hours. It did not feel good. Plus, you know what? I prefer my eggs like this anyways. It just tastes good. So with my first meal, I am having the sparkling ice in.
Those things are so sickeningly sweet. Like they're better than something full sugar, like I said, but I've tried them a few times and they're just really, really overpoweringly sweet.
Cherry limeade. I am not really a sparkling water girly, but I will say that this brand is my all-time favorite. So
I'm not surprised because it's like it tastes like sugar water. Now we have tried. My partner before Lent was bringing home some of these Gordon Ramsay frozen meals. Every one of them we've tried has been really good. The little what are they called? Beef Wellington bites. Ooh, those are delicious. They are so good for a frozen meal. Totally not healthy, but lovely splurge every now and then. But this is an example. This is still a packaged frozen meal. The portion isn't that huge. It's high calorie. It's still highly processed. Amber would be better off cooking something as opposed to having this. This is what she considers eating at home, a better choice, but it's almost no different than ordering something from takeout.
it is time for my next meal. My goal is to just not order takeout while I'm at home and to stay under my.
But this is not much different, Amber. How about you actually cook? I mean, I hate to give Foodie Beauty any type of credit whatsoever, but at least that woman will cook. She will. She'll try. Amber will do no such thing if she can't burn it to death on a pan or in the air fryer. She doesn't even try.
Calories. Well, I saw this in the frozen aisle. I didn't know that Chef Ramsay here made frozen food. So I was like, oh my God, I love Chef.
She's going to love it. She's going to go, oh my God, it's so delicious. So good, guys, so good. Because it's a frozen meal, but she's going to play it up and talk about how much more amazing it is because it's Chef Ramsay. It's, it's Gordon Ramsay. And truth be told, they are good, but the only thing I really loved was the beef Wellington bites. Like the macaroni and cheese and the other stuff we tried, they're just basically the equivalent of a really good frozen meal. It's still a frozen meal. It's still nothing that super.
Shepherd's pie. So I gotta try this. It is only 490 calories. So
Amber, it's only 490 calories, guys. Look at her hand. Look at the size of the box that contain this meal. This is not that big. This is not going to fill her up. You could do so much more for 500 calories. You could make this yourself and do it healthier and have like a double portion. And Amber needs volume eating. She needs to eat stuff that is more low calorie, higher nutrition, and bulk filling, so that because if she feels a little bit hungry, she's going to go off the rails and she's going to eat. So she needs to be eating stuff that satiates her and gives her that full filling that she likes.
I currently have it warming up in the microwave now, so I'll show you when it's done. Honestly, it smells delicious and it looks.
That looks nasty. We haven't tried this one. Actually, like when I'm done with Lent, I'm on like a vegetarian, pescatarian type eating style right now for Lent. I gave up almost all dairy and meat and stuff like that. I eat no meat and very, very little seafood. So it's basically vegetarian. Between Lent, when it's over after Holy Week, and me starting my other plan, I'm going to do 2 plans back to back to see which one works better for me. And right now I feel like crap. So hopefully the other one works better. We're going to do like 2 days where I can just eat whatever I want. And I make shepherd's pie and my partner loves it. And I told him, I said, well, let me know what you want me to cook and I'll make it. And it won't be healthy, but it'll be fun. It'll be like a treat. Cause I only make stuff like that rarely. And he can't decide between shepherd's pie and 1 or 2 other things, but we may be having shepherd's pie.
It's really good in my opinion. I will let you guys know what I think afterwards. And with this, I will be drinking this water.
Good. Please drink more water, Amber. That will actually flush stuff out.
Okay, so update. A lot. Flavor wise, I give this a good like 9 out of 10.
We knew she would go 9 out of 10.
Though, which I should have showed you guys, and the texture looked weird, but it didn't like feel weird in my mouth. I am a texture girly, so that's like highly important to me.
Oh, we know, Amber.
Will I get this again? Yes, but it's not something that I will get like frequently because I know.
And you shouldn't. Amber, you have all the time and the money. Like, look up healthier modified versions and make yourself a healthy version of a pop of like a shepherd's pie. You can make a big one, and you could divvy out portions individually and wrap them and stick them in the freezer so that you could get those out and warm them up and eat, and those could kind of be your frozen meals, and they'd be a healthier version.
No, it's not the greatest for me, but it was good.
Again, see, I know it's not the greatest for me, but it's within my calories. See, do you see? Like, we knew this is how it's going to go.
Okay, you guys, so it is my next meal, and this is 614 calories.
Okay. Okay, so she has like, okay, that's not a ton of rice for Amber. Not going to knock her about the rice because girl's not going to give up her carbs. Have a bigger piece of salmon. Put more broccoli on the plate, girl. Have a big piece of broccoli, big plate full of broccoli. You don't have to have it dry either. You can put a little bit of seasoning on it, put a little bit of real butter on it, not olive oil. Do some mixed veggies. Like I said, have a bigger piece of salmon. I wouldn't do any more than that as far as the rice. But again, this is not going to fill her up.
So we have some salmon that I cooked in the air fryer.
Yeah, and again, like, look at her finger. Look at her hand. This is a tiny piece of salmon. I want her to eat satiating, full portions of the healthy stuff. It's better to eat a bigger portion of this, and it will be more satiating, more nutrient dense, than the big pile of rice.
Some jalapenos. I love having jalapenos with this meal. I don't know why, but it's so good. We have some jasmine rice with a little bit of soy sauce, sriracha, and broccoli. So with this meal, I'm gonna have a sun
like she could have double
sugar.
the broccoli.
Okay, you guys.
Another
So it is
another piece or a bigger piece of salmon.
my last meal.
And her last, oh my God, her last meal of the day is going to be freaking a sugar bomb. Okay, bagel thins. That's better than a full bagel. But Amber she really should be staying away from bread and pasta and stuff. But who the hell am I kidding? This is Amber. Let's listen.
And I wanted something sweet. So I got these bagel thins, which are only
You want
110
something sweet after you're drinking those sparkling ice waters? Blech.
calories, while a regular bagel is over 200. So I like that it's like calories are pretty much cut in half. And then I'm going to be having
Amber, learn the phrase, calories aren't the only thing that matter.
a serving of cream cheese, which is 80 calories. And then this is
Okay, now listen, you just said a serving of cream cheese is 80 calories. If I don't see you measure it out on a food scale by the gram, you don't know that it was in fact a serving.
10 calories, and I'm having 2 servings of it. It's sugar-free strawberry preserves. So it's pretty simple.
That's oh good, she has a food scale out. Oh my God, I almost died of shock. It is better for her to pick the sugar-free, so I give her credit for that. If she weighs everything out on this food scale, that would be such a huge difference, and it would give her good ideas of average portion sizes of everything that she eats regularly, so that eventually if she's busy or I'm so funny, if she was doing something or going somewhere, she would at least be able to eyeball a serving, and it may not be quite a serving. It would be off a little, but it would be a lot closer because she'd have like that memory from sight, from doing it so often. So you don't have to measure things forever. You'll get the rough idea, unless you're like in prep or doing something where you have to be really, really strict. But I'm so happy she has this. This is the type of scale I used to weigh out my soap ingredients and stuff like that. So I use it to measure my food too.
Simple. I just set the object on here, and I see that a serving is 17 grams. So I just take out how much I want. So I used 2 servings, so that was 34 grams. So I took out negative 34 grams. And then literally I just did the same process.
Okay, that's kind of weird, Amble. I can't even talk. You can do that. You could just like zero it out after you put a plate or something on it and then put stuff into it, but whatever works for her.
With the cream cheese makes it so much easier. So this is actually what it looks like. I know it doesn't look the greatest. I mean, I think it looks kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm just being biased.
It's better. It's better than her getting something from Panera or Starbucks or McDonald's. So I will give her credit. And it's sugar free. I know I've bought sugar free jam and stuff for my son. I know it doesn't taste the same. I know it's got a different texture, but the fact that she's doing it and trying it, I give her credit for that. That's being mindful. So a healthier version of something you want that may not necessarily be that healthy. So I do give her credit.
But this is delicious. Such a great snack. And then with it, I'm having water.
Okay,
Good
so
job. That was good. I wish she wouldn't have had the Gordon Ramsay meal. If it's like once in a while, whatever. I just wish she would look up healthier ways to make stuff like that so that she could have bigger portions and be satisfied, and she would have more control of the ingredients and stuff like that. Like, the woman could do it if she wanted to, but the fact is we want that kind of stuff for her more than she wants it for herself. So I'm not optimistic that this is gonna last. I wish it would. I really do. I'd love to actually see her lose a meaningful amount of weight, but we'll just have to watch and see. We really will. I wish in a way that, no, I think the best thing that could happen to Amber is that if she found somebody who was actually fitter and into healthier eating and stuff, and was willing to see past her size and wanted to help her and didn't cave like Jade did, and came in and said, no, you're not eating this. No, we're not getting takeout. We're going for a walk, and helped her and taught her and made her eat healthy home prepped meals at home and helped her really lose weight. That kind of person would be the best kind of person in her life. Not another enabler, not another yes man. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So, right? But anyways, guys, I hope you like this. I will see you in the next one. I have a lot of content coming out. Guys, I am getting an influx of new viewers. Damn it, the neighbors banged something out there. I don't know. So I've got a ton of new viewers from a couple reacts I did recently. And I appreciate all of you for coming and subbing and viewing, and all of my original viewers. I still love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You come back time and time again to listen to me rant and rave and do my thing. And I just am really excited about the growth of the channel and this gang we're creating here. And I just had to stop and say just thank you. That it's amazing. I'm shocked at the numbers. And I appreciate it, and I just wanted to let you guys know. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, and bye.